As you can see, there is not much to add about what UN Watch means for the whole world. That's why I feel so proud and so happy, not only to be here, but to be part of the advisory board of this organization that I met a few years back in Geneva, that I was impressed that they were providing this lot of time that they had the Human Rights Council to give it to my country, and other countries were suffering so much all over the world. I became then a fan of the organization and a fan of Hillel Neuer, whom I find a really powerhouse in Geneva. I think, somehow Jonathan Meyer would introduce me as a Mexican ambassador. I hope he's not thinking that Mexico is leaning toward the path that unfortunately my country have taken. I come from a small country, Venezuela, who for many years was an example of democracy and freedom all over the world, and mainly at the United Nations. I don't have to explain to people in this hall what it means to lose 5 million people. Venezuela has the largest diaspora in contemporary times. It's about 15% of our population we have lost because they have been running away from a criminal narco-tyranny who is actually harming and hurting our people. There are so many complaints about the Venezuelan regime at the International Criminal Court, at the International Court of Justice, that they owe us all over the world, and always you will find UN Watch as our main partner into this. That's what I believe it is so important to actually support. I know that tonight you are also honoring Nikki Haley. I am a fan of Nikki. Nikki has been the US ambassador to the United Nations that have provided more support, enthusiasm to our cause than anyone before. I sat in the Security Council with 2 American ambassadors, but she has been by far superior to all of them. Maybe I should add that the President of the United States, President Trump, has also been the President of this country, who has also supported the case of my country. At the beginning of this year, President Trump said, we have all the options on the table regarding Venezuela. And that encouraged all of us. I said to myself, I wish he would have said, I also have options under the table. Hillel reminded me of something that probably to explain my relationship, not only with the case of human rights, but with Israel. I was the governor of Caracas when I was the co-chair of the United Nations Human Settlements Conference in Vancouver, the first conference of the United Nations, when a group of Arab countries and others, including Mexico, Jonathan, approved a resolution expelling Israel. I was put under great duress by the Arab ambassador, especially the Iraqi, because I was the head of the Commission on Land. And I led the countries that refused to expel Israel. We were very few, but we're very loyal. And that's what makes me, since that time, like not only a supporter of the case of Israel, but an admirer. That was the first time. The second time, years passed by, then I am at the United Nations, and the Secretary General of the Foreign Affairs of Israel wants to have a resolution revoking this Zionism is racism. I convoke all the Latin American, Caribbean countries to my mission, and I said to the Israeli ministry, we will not only approve that, we will endorse it, and we were actually with the sponsors, together with the United States, to expel the resolution. Dear friends, Kol HaKavod.